Christopher McGregor is just 4 years old, but already he's a champion. He's mastered the skill of a bushman's whip, and as Mark Sillo reports, he's on his way to America to demonstrate the talent.
The sound of the whip echoes through the valleys and the gorges of the Condamine. Bullock teams of another time spring to the mind of Eric Reis as he teaches his grandson a skill he too learned as a child, the whip and how to crack it true. Already young Christopher, just 4, just big enough to hold the biggest of whips, is a mini master. In May he won the under-12 section in an Australian competition. Title he took from 65 others. Now he's been invited to exhibit at the Calgary Stampede in Canada, one of the most prestigious rodeo events in the world. Granddad Eric, the renowned bullocky, has been teaching Christopher for 12 months. He's quick to learn.
Very easy to teach. They're very, very good to teach. If he couldn't do a crack, say this evening you were showing him, he'd probably do it tomorrow morning without being shown anymore. He lets it crack with a rhythm. That's the art in whip cracking.
It's surprising, though, that someone so young could pick it up.
Yeah, especially a bullock whip. There's a hell of a lot of bloody bullock drivers can't crack a bullock whip as good as what he can.
Christopher has grown up in Killarney's cattle country where daily whips are handled with ease. He likes what he sees and that's what he does.
I haven't already hurt myself with the whip, haven't, but I didn't learn to crack it that way. And God, that takes me out to crack a bullock whip.
Is it hard?
No, it's only a bit hard.
Christopher will go to Calgary next year with his granddad, his mum and dad, and William Goss, the all-age Australian champion whip cracker. Killarney support groups are trying to raise the money that Christopher needs while he keeps practicing to stay in touch. A little boy, not yet at school, still riding bikes for fun, small enough still to be cuddled by mum, big enough to be a talent in an art from the bush. The whip cracker, just 4 and fantastic.
Whoops. A final look now at some of the...
Been invited to appear at the prestigious Calgary Stampede in Canada next year. He'll be the youngest performer ever to appear at the famous rodeo, and certainly Australia's most unusual sporting ambassador. Michael Beattie reports from Killarney in Queensland on a 4-year-old who's everything he's cracked up to be.
I don't know if you've ever tried to crack one of these. This obviously is a whip, and this particular whip is a stock whip. But when I do it, A, I can't make it crack properly, and B, I stand a very good chance of taking my ear off. Cracking one of these is definitely an art.
But Eric Reis has it down to a fine art. Mind you, his artistry can be a bit unsettling. But not for young Chris McGregor. He's used to it, and Eric is his grandfather. Besides, anything Eric can do, he can do better.
Up around my waist here.
Well, almost.
Now give it a circle around your head.
Young Chris, by the way, is just 4 years old, and that bullock whip he's cracking is nearly 10 times his size.
It's just a miracle that he can spin that over his head and crack it. You swirl it over your head, and you sort of give it the swirl there, you know. You go like that, and that's how it's cracked.
Is there any actual strength involved, or is it just really...
Oh, no, it's just more or less knowing the right way of doing it. See that?
But now it seems that Chris's talent will be appreciated overseas when he becomes the youngest performer ever to appear at the Calgary Stampede in Canada next year. And Chris knows exactly what he has to do.
Whip cracker?
But Chris won't be going alone. Grandpa's coming too. And where did he learn it all?
Okay,
Well,
right.
out in the field, of course. It could be a scene from the last century, and in a way it is, because these and according to Eric, the whip is still an integral part of driving a bullock team.
When you'd say wool, well, you'd just drop the whip across their head, not to hurt them, but just do that as you say wool, just drop the whip across, and about 3 days they'd learn to stop. And the same answer in their name, you'd just say, why Paddy, just as you'd say why Paddy, you'd just touch him with the whip.
So eventually it becomes all voice and you...
Yeah, and then after that, all you've got to do is just sing out their name, and they'll respond to it.
How about if you didn't have the whip?
Well, they wouldn't respond too much to you. They might go for about 5 or 6 minutes, but they'd soon get, they'd say, bugger this. That's what you call good leaders.
Why Redmond? Why Scarlet?
Chris is a fast learner. He's got the language down pat, and you already saw him cutting loose with the whip.
Why Smuggler?
He cracks it with a rhythm, one of these.
So it's all in... It's sort of like the rhythm method.
Yes. When you're driving bullocks, if you hit a bullock and jerk a whip like that, you'll cut his hide with the fall. But me, or the young Christopher, the way he cracks it, he wouldn't, because he swings the whip, He goes a full swing with a rhythm. Years ago, there used to be a nickname for them. They'd say, Jesus, he's got a lot of sergeant majors in his team. That'd be some of them bullock drivers which, cut their bullocks. They'd say, he's got a lot of bloody sergeant majors. Look at all the stripes they've got.
which is no good, obviously.
The hide would be nicked. Their bullocks' hide would be nicked.
So you've got to be kind to them as well.
Oh, yeah, but you've got to be boss. But if you're cruel to them, you'd do nothing with them. I've seen the teams that the drivers were cruel to them, and you can get into some terrible strife with them.
And have you got a favourite of these, Chris?
Yes.
Which one's that?
Litter.
And why is he your favourite?
Because I sit on him.
Unfortunately, the bullock team can't go to Calgary, but funds permitting, Eric and Chris will be there. That is, Chris doesn't get his years mixed up.
How long have you been practising with that big whip, with the bullock whip?
8 years.
8 years? You're only 4?
About 12 months.
It's unlikely he started whip cracking before conception, but are you game to tell him? A 4-year-old with a water pistol is a concern. A 4-year-old with a whip is a dead-set worry.
Extraordinary story. Well, that's about it for tonight, but...
Run the bullock team as a tourist attraction outside Killarney. And the young man who's going to show us how to crack a whip, this young man is going to tour Canada in around 2 or 3 weeks' time. He's going to Canada for an 8-week tour with the Australian whip-cracking champion of Australia, William Goff. Would you please make welcome this young man who is 4 years of age. He's the whip-cracking champion of Australia. Make welcome the young man, Christopher McGregor. Come on, let's hear it for him down here. Welcome to our District Show, Christopher. You're going to show us what to do?
Yep.
And tell us, you're going over to Canada, what, is it about 2 or 3 weeks time?
8 weeks.
About 8 weeks, and you're going over there to tour with Mr. Goff, and he's a very, very good whip cracker.
On the plane.
You're going on the plane?
Yep.
And how long have you been whip cracking for?
1 year.
40 years. Oh, well, that's tremendous. So, how old are you?
4.
4 years of age, and you're still going to preschool, is that right?
Yep.
Well, we're going to watch you entertain us. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, would you please make welcome and enjoy the performance of the young man from Killarney, the junior, his age group whip-cracking champion of Australia. Would you make welcome Christopher McGregor? Come on, Christopher, show us what you can do. Come on, put your hands together for him. And we go with 1. Look out. 2. Away he goes. Down the volume on there, please. Give him a big round of applause. Come on, everyone. Hold him down, please. Thank you. going for it. Second of his whip, change his whip. Now what is he going to do? We're going to use two whips, Christopher. Here he goes, two whips. Look out. Look at Chuck Christopher work with the two whips. Really concentrating. He's got one wrapped around him there. What's this? Left to the right, and he goes to the left, and he goes to the right. Give him a round of applause. Come on. That's the crossover. Look at this young boy. 4 years of age, still a free school. In whipcracking here this evening. Hand over. And a crossover. Hey, look at this one. That's what we like to see. Christopher McGregor, sitting in Australia, in Canada, around 8 weeks' time, with William Goff. We'll check his champion of Australia. You've got a lot of whips there, Christopher. McGregor. Rambo, over here behind us. He's not in the act. Oh, look at that now. Look out those whips there. Look at this young man racked up with. He's getting whips to the left hand. Here we go with the bullet whip now. Everyone, look out. Look out. Everyone, right quick. Let's bring it over. Everyone, right back out of the road. Here we go with Christopher McGregor, the bullet whip, and the whole team for this is how they do it. Line. Oh! They don't do it like that. Come on, Christopher, keep going. We're enjoying your performance here this evening. Around he goes again. Watch him. Come on, Christopher. Oh. Come on, for it. One more. And another one. And look at this. He's going to show you. He's moving around. He played 4 years of age. Up we go. Look at this. What about that? Come on. Tremendous. What do they call this whip, Christopher? A bullet whip. What you use with your granddad? Right. This is Harry Reis, isn't that right? From? Right, from Calgary. Very quick. Bullet team. Major attraction. Here we go with the bullet whip. Yeah, Christopher McGregor. Are we ready for him? Want to see young Christopher perform for us here this evening? Here he is with the bullet whip. This is how they do it. And the bullet team with his grandfather, Harry Reis. Put your hands together for him. Very, very fine performance. Going to do a little more for us? He's out of town to crack another couple of whips there. He's got plenty of whips. Are you enjoying Christopher's performance? Do you really think he's good? There we go. Now, won't this be good to use at home? Wouldn't it? On all the children when they misbehave. Sometimes. Look at that little quick one. Oh, he's very quick there. And we're going to have another whip. Yes. Christopher. Oh, look this way. He's really into it this time. Ah, look at this young man work out there. Look at that. Ah, that was a fine performance. And Christopher's got whips galore out here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's concentrating. Look at him deep in thought. How many more have you got there, Christopher? He's not tired. Look out. Look out of the road. Quick, everyone get back. Up one out of the road now, Christopher. Look. Oh, that'll shift some of them, won't it? And one more. We got one more whip for him. One more whip. Everybody just keep back. Yeah, we'll have the royal stamp. Oh, look. Here we go. One. We'll turn the other way. And go again. Come on, Christopher. Canada in 8 weeks' time.
Thank you.
Have you enjoyed yourself here today? Okay. Many thanks. And you're going to take for the fireworks? Okay. And we're going to have... What are we waiting for, everyone? What are you waiting for, boys and girls? I think we ought to just go home, don't you? And we found a set of car keys and those...
First, and Whiling Downs town he hails from. In early June, he heads off to the famous Calgary Stampede in Canada to perform his special feats. Chris McGregor's his real name, and he's a true blue whippersnapper. Doug Murray found out, despite his tender age, there's even a poem about him.
To face up to him, you need nerves of steel. The tiny hands do not waver. His steely eye is steady for one so young. The kid is known far and wide for his speed and skill. Does he ever miss the target? Oh!
You heard a good old Clancy and the Snowy River Kid. Their names have been remembered for the famous things they did. There's a lad just 4 years old, whipcracker of Redown. He's famous for whipcracking feats in whole Colony Town.
This is timber country, where old Reis still works his whip and his bullock team. Young Chris displayed the special gift, and Grandad encouraged him. The rest, well, the legend is still growing.
He can crack a stock whip in each hand. He's only 3'6", twirl a bullwhip 18 feet. He's really full of tricks. 2 whips at a time he'll crack very clever feat. Although he's only 4 years old, he's mighty old to beat.
Well, I don't think they'd be any better than him if he kept on going with it. Well, I'm sure they wouldn't with a bullock whip.
What sort of a team are you two?
Oh, pretty good, ain't we? Reckon he wouldn't go to Calgary for a start if I didn't go. He said if Grandad doesn't go, he said, oh, it means I don't go.
Several cancer operations have sidelined Eric and busted up the duo temporarily. Now Mum Catherine will travel to Canada for the 8-week tour.
Be going to all the rodeo venues, generally weekends, and some night spots, nightclubs at night, and shopping centres, bit of everything.
Is he going to come back as a rhinestone cowboy?
No, we'll keep him Aussie. And be a little Aussie, keep with his akuba and his...
Cowboy.
Cowboy.
The youngest whipcracker in the world, performing in front of tens of thousands of people in a foreign land. It could go to his head. What would you like to be when you grow up?
A forklift driver.
Meanwhile, there's school next year and more practice with Grandad. And you might wonder, what's the attraction?
Just makes a sound.
And you like that sound?
Yep.
So move over, Clancy, and the Snowy River Man. There's a new kid on the block.
Up in Queensland with his mum and dad reside, you'll find him putting on a show with Grandad by his side.
What a beauty. An ambitious Killarney kid. Good luck, Chris, and we'll let you know how he goes when he goes over to Canada. Tomorrow...
This sort of stuff over here brings the people out of their rooms. more spectators to watch.
Real good. Here's your Coke, honey. Very good.
Very good?
Yeah, very good.
You want me to do? I don't know how to do it. You got to show me how to do it. You got to show me how to do it. Okay.
Come on. Be a sport.
That's what you do? Oh, you got to show me.
You bet.
Got a cake strawberry out of cracker whip.
That one don't work. Al, that one don't work.
Great. That's your driver now. DJ Brian, I'm going to take lessons.
Hey! Oh, you can really make it fun. Oh, Al must not be a cowboy. He was going to go get her cowboy. Camera. Oh, really? Try the little one.
You got...
That's right out of Calgary. He did it with revolvers. Yeah,
The back row. Just take a little collection.
Can I have half of this? He goes wild.
Yeah, the whole meal is going to be fine. Well, how's he going to get him 5 and over that? You're going to try it again, Al.
Oh, no, I'm done.
Emma wants a picture of you trying it. Come on, get that kid.
Get out here. Come on, show off.
Another lady wants. Oh, yeah. Try it again.
One more time.
He thinks it's the whip.
Oh, no, you don't. Who else wants a shot at him? Yeah, I need another grandson. You want to lend him to me for a while? Like what, 10 years?
Okay, I didn't hear it. A lot of these people didn't hear it. Al said loud. You heard good old Nancy and Ryan Ribbon kids. They named the big movement for the friend of we said it. There's a
Really?
just 4 years old. Famous for whipcrack and bacon old tiny. He cracked his top with nature and he's only 3 foot thick. Swallowable with 18 feet. He's really full of tricks. Two instead of tiny old crack, very 7 feet. Though he's only 4 years old, he's mighty hard to see. But he says he can be. Are these the tricks or was he made as anyone can see? Up in Queensland with his mum and dad reside, you'll find 2 footmen a chair with friends that guide his up. Chris reckons here, a friend that taught him all he knows. Friend that separated him from that shed. Traveling overseas, the Yankees will right. Still shows the ground and
have two of them over here. Yes. Thank you. Well, you just hand them out amongst yourselves.
You ever seen anything like that before?
I was impressed.
You're impressed?
Yeah.
And where do you come from?
I came from South Dakota.
Cool. I think he's been sign all these poems for these people.
But about this birth, you mean? About the pregnancy? About the pregnancy.
After that,
You're wondering how we were going to afford this.
August today. He's not getting fathers. He's trying that video.
Getting ready for the parade at the yesterday's rodeo, the annual street parade.
Pull back. Leave your hat on.
Hoping that the weather conditions will bear with us tonight, but how about an appropriate Western welcome for William Goff, the 5-time Australian whipcracking champion, and Christopher McGregor. He's 5 years old. I first had the opportunity of meeting Willie. That's the taller of the two, if you will. I met Willie and he came and stayed at my home a couple of years ago. He's performed at Calgary, Swan River, Estevan, Kennedy, some of the biggest rodeos in the nation. What they're going to do is they're going to lay out their weapons, if you can refer to them as that, and we're going to give you a demonstration. Now, because of the conditions tonight as they are, you will be sure to sound White Crossroads and also watch a further production carried out by our Australian whipcracking champions. Now, first of all, folks, Willie will show us the thunder from down under. Notice where they snap. Now, that's important. I want you to notice where they crack each time because they have total control of what they're doing. Now, let's watch Chris giving us two versions of a quick change. Are you ready, Chris? He's only 5 years old. Boy, this kid does steal the hearts of the crowds. Now he's going to change it over. Changes again. Now this is not easily done, friends. Now he's showing you the second example of that changeover. Look at this over his head. He learned from the likes of his grandfather, folks, and I'll tell you what, we're mighty proud of him. His mom and dad, Kevin and Kathy, took him over here with him. Now, Willie is going to show you his quick change as he changes hands. Now, this shows diversification. An ambidextrous man, capable with either hand. And switch back and forth. Echo, watch it track in the front and behind. Boy, you talk about showmanship. Great job, Chris. Okay, let's see what happens here. Now look at it. He has got his back to the master here. Now you're going to show me which way the wind's going. You're testing it, obviously. Watch this, folks. Did you see it snap? Nice job, Willie. Now let's go to the front. Now be careful, Willie. If this ever hits somebody in the eye, it take it out. Oh, man. He can take the ace out of a bit, but I could hear him snapping all over the arena, and I hope that you could too, from the positioning that you had. Well, let's go now down to Christopher. He's going to put a whip in each hand as well and show you an alternative G-whoop. Number 4. You thought it'd be mighty strong to whip them, I'll tell you. Now, I happened to use one of these whips in my front lawn, and I couldn't get it to crack once, and that was with a full day's practice, and that's no kidding. You're seeing now an Aussie crossover. Nicely done, Christopher, the Aussie crossover. Now, here's the helicopter. It starts out slow, it's a little bit faster. How did you like that? It just kept getting faster and faster. Now we're going to show you what they have over in Australia. It's called an old-fashioned flogging. If you're bad, this is what you get. Now, did you see that? It doesn't hurt him in any way. There's never been anybody injured yet. Anyway, round the wrist, he uncoils it. Oh, round the knees. Did you see that? Are you okay, Christopher? A little bit higher. Now you be careful. This is my young buddy here. Around. Now how about right around? You want to see around the neck? You want to see that? Everybody says no. Trust me, this man is an authoritative on what he does. You'd like to see it around the neck. Okay, go ahead, Willie. Take careful aim and be careful. That was close, you bet. He was just scaring him a little bit, but you can't shake this young man. Okay. He's got nerves of steel. There's no facial expressions here, folks. Oh, right around the hat. How did you like that? Christopher, you done mighty fine. He's still got that tangled up there. Now, folks, we're going to get Christopher to show you with a different kind of whip. Look how much longer it is. This is called the bullet whip. This is for reaching that head animal out in front of the team. He's going to show you an overhead crack. And there's your G-whoop crack. And he's going to show you a drawback. Lead. See how much different it is from the other ones? And what you're showing you now is the Snowy Mountain Echo. And now the speed crack. How do you like that, Christopher McGregor? Willie, before you go any further, may I just say something? These people have been performing virtually every day of this month. They have been all over the place. They've been to Calgary, they've been to Thornhill, they've been down here, they've been to so many rodeos. I'm sure that little Christopher is just begging and dying for a day off. It's hard on the body cracking those whips. And I'll tell you what, before we continue any further, we want to know, are you people enjoying what you're seeing? Willie, if you would please, with the bullet whip in your hand, would you show us the demonstration that you have in mind? How long that is. Man, oh man. The chuck wagon drivers like to have him around. That lead horse would run like a wolf, wouldn't he? Encouraging, it did not happen. The master at work, and here is the little master. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they're mighty proud to be over here in Canada. We're glad to have them. They'd like to salute our nation and the fine folks of Estevan by showing you at the same time 3 cracks from each. Willie and Christopher say thank you to everybody that's here. Watch this. Hey, I'll tell you what. Thank you to John and Kathy. They're just over to the right here. Kathy's the mother of this young man, Christopher. There's Dad Kevin right there. How about saying thank you Canadian style one more time? If you'd like to see a further performance, folks, just join us over at the beer gardens afterwards. They'd be happy to put on another demonstration. Crossroads will be over there. Right now, we're going to welcome in the champion. Christopher's going to ride one for you, and then he's going to perform shortly in the arena. Christopher, you hang on as tight as you can. Are you ready, Christopher? Okay, here comes Christopher. He's a long ways away from home. He's an Australian man. You done really good, Christopher. Christopher, before you run away, tell these folks where that other town was that you rode a sheep. Can you tell them?
Over Lodge.
Yeah, Clover Lodge. Are you enjoying it here in Canada?
Yep.
And you're only 5 years old, right?
Yep.
Who was it that taught you how to crack whips?
Granddad.
What's Granddad's name?
Eric.
Have you had a chance to phone home and tell them what it's like over here?
I'm not.
Are you going to call them soon, though, I'll bet?
Yep.
We sure love having you here, son. I'll tell you what, give them a nice welcome, would you? He's got the Australian trooper hat on and the appropriate gear that it takes to keep the rain off. Andy. And we see that beautiful dog beer gardens last night and had the opportunity of watching a very special talent. Would you please give a nice Canadian welcome for Willie Goff, the Australian whip-cracking champion, and Christopher McGregor, the whip-cracking champion in his age group. He was also out in the mutton busting earlier. And we'd also like a nice welcome for Christopher's mom and dad. This is Kevin with him right here, and Mom is over here. Kathy, whereabouts are you? There she is over along the fence here. Hey, I'll tell you what, Ricky, you got these people eating out of the palm of your hand. Hopefully you washed before they did. Willie, I'll tell you what, we're appreciating your talents. You performed over in the Calgary Stampede and a lot of the big rodeos here in Canada. Willie would like to now show you the Thunder from Down Under. Thank you, Willie. They traveled 7,700 kilometers to be here. They crossed the international date line. Folks, we're glad that they did. Now let's watch little Christopher with two versions of a quick change. And this is, I'm sorry, this is the side buster right here. I'm sorry about that. I should have recognized that. There's that side buster coming your way. How did you like that? He's only 5 years old. I'll tell you what, we're certainly impressed with him. Now, here comes the quick change. One hand to the other. I worked with this whip for about 6 hours on my lawn, and I couldn't get it to crack once. I think they gave me one that was never going to crack. Thank you, Christopher. Now, Willie, if you will show us the quick change in just a moment. Oh, now, okay. All right, I'm sorry, folks. That was the second version of the quick change. I just got a little bit behind here. I made some notes earlier. Now we're going to pull up Willie for the quick change. Talk about total control here, folks. We had lots of fun over the beer gardens last night. Peter Libet, Miss Rodeo Canada, was one of our volunteers. She went down and got the stitches necessary to get her all healed up. She'll be fine. Notice where it snaps every time in the same spot. Isn't that unreal? How about it, ladies and gentlemen, Willie Goff. Christopher would like to show you now the Snowy Mountain Echo, cracking front and behind. Boy, I'm glad he's not cracking my behind. You do a very nice job, Christopher. Now, Willie is going to show us the Esteban side buster as we dedicate this particular act to you people. He says thank you for being gracious host. We're going to show you some ribbon cutting here in just a moment. I've had the opportunity on many, many occasions of traveling over to Australia to announce rodeos. That's where I met Willie a couple of years ago. I welcomed him back to Canada. He stayed at my home. He performed all over, and they welcomed him back this year once again. We're sure glad to have it. Now, our young man, Christopher, is going to hold some ribbon for us. Well, this could be a split decision. Did you see that? Now, if he should miss, you can just about imagine the damage that could be done. A little bit higher. There you go. He was just teasing. Did you see Willie smiling? It's getting narrower. Man, I'll tell you, that is deadly accuracy, isn't it? All right. Well, we're going to look down now here at this very moment, and I believe, what have you got there, Willie? A $20 bill, and what are you planning to do with that?
Bet you.
You're going to bet me what? Oh, you want to make a wager, do you? What kind of a wager do you have in mind?
Oh, 50 bucks?
$50, you're going to bet me that, what, that you can take that out of his pocket? Well, that's a safe bet. I'll bet you $50 that you can't take that 20 out of his pocket.
I get to use any whip I like.
You get to use whatever whip you like. Well, there's hundreds of them out here. I mean, every married man is wanting to take one of these home. Well, I'll tell you what, you'd sure enough get the garbage taken out in a hurry. Hey there, honey. But maybe the ladies want one when they want that garage clean, too. There you go. Now, what are you going to do with that whip? That's not going to work, Willie. No, seriously, come on, back here. You got to pick a real one. If I'm going to bet you $50, we got to make an honest wager.
Okay.
Okay? You got to pick a different whip.
This one big enough?
Sure, that one's big enough. Oh, yeah, that should work. I don't think you can do it, so I'll bet you $50 you can't take that bill out of his pocket.
How many chances do I get?
How many chances?
2.
2. Okay, 2 chances. That's fair enough with me. It's your decision to be made. Watch this. Still there. Okay. Let's have a look.
That's 2.
That's 2.
I get another 2.
You get another 2. You think so?
Double or nothing.
Double or nothing. Okay, so that means I won the first one. This is double or nothing. Oh, he's got the money and now he's gone. How many of you folks do maybe think Christopher should be able to keep that money? Christopher, you and me will go have an orange pop together later, okay? You can buy. That's all right. I'd sure enjoy that with him, but I'll tell you what, I'd be the one happy enough to buy. Well, we're going to follow the program here down just one, and Willie is going to show you different strokes, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, this is any which way. Any which way. As soon as I saw it, I realized. Wow. That's all over the place. Now we're going to call upon Christopher to show you the alternative G-whoop, followed by the Aussie crossover, and then the helicopter. That's how different that is, the alternative G-whoop. There's that helicopter, folks. Look at him going. Thank you, Christopher. That's got to be mighty hard on those little arms, folks. I know that I certainly had lots of aches and pains after practicing with Willie on the lawn, and I failed as a student. Willie, if you now show us the different strokes for different folks. Look at the way those whips go. It's a wonder they don't get tangled. Isn't that a sight to see? Now, you want to talk about something very unique and very wild and very different. You should see that in slow motion when it's done on a video. It's unbelievable. Willie, you're now going to show us the locomotion in and out of the station. Now it's slowing down. Thank you, Willie Goff. The locomotive. Willie has attended all different sorts of functions across Canada here and also in his homeland of Australia. They have competitions over there. Now, this is a big part of their heritage, something that we don't normally get to see. And now we're going to call upon Christopher. Now, Christopher, what is going on here? I believe, are you upset with Willie? Are you going to give him a flogging, are you? Has he been bad? Look at that. Yeah, you betcha. You want to haul me all over this country and you want to just, I'm going to show you who's boss. Now, he's going to give Willie an old-fashioned flogging. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, what happens now? You're just going to sneak up on him, are you? There it is, right around the knees. Okay. Yeah, you better be careful. Okay, right around the knees. How did you enjoy that? How about around the wrist? Ready? Right around. One more time. Okay, get it stretched out. How did you like that? Oh, I'll tell you what. He's sponsored by Gillette. That's a close shave. Willie, you've been bad, I'll tell you what. Oh, now it's Willie's turn, the master. Okay, let's watch here now, Willie. Be gentle on this young man. Didn't hurt him a bit, you notice that. Are you sure it doesn't hurt, Christopher? Oh, that might have hurt a little bit.
Oh.
Sounds like it might. He says no.
He's enjoying it.
He's enjoying it. Well, I'll tell you what.
I'll take the smile off his face.
You'll take the smile off his face. Right around the neck. How did you enjoy that, Willie and Christopher? Now, I believe Christopher's going to show you a bullock whip demonstration. First of all, an overhead crack. There comes the overhead whipping around crack. And here comes the G-whoop crack. There you go. And now we're going to show you the drawback. What's the different style here? A short movement with that bullock whip. Now we're watching the Snowy Mountain Echo. He knows exactly where to place it, though, doesn't he? Here's the speed track. How did you like that? You know, his grandfather taught him well. His grandfather still runs an 18-team bullock team. And I'll tell you, Christopher knows exactly where that whip has to be in order to make it perform the way he wants. Now, here's Willie with that longer bullock whip. He's going to show you a combination. Boy, he should work for SaskTel. Reach out and touch someone.
Whoa!
Full combination's what you're seeing. I'd have to adjust the end on it. Now, Willie builds all of these whips himself. We want to mention that. They're all hand balanced. It takes a long time to build one. If you happen to be in the market for one, just take your name down. Last year he brought a bunch and they all sold out so quickly that he didn't bother this year. He's just taking orders. Nicely done, Willie. I hope you won't condemn me for thinking this, folks, but I think for a man or a woman, these would be a great thing to have around if you need something done. I really do. Now we're going to show you the 4 whips, the Dundee Special, 2 in each hand. Watch this. It's a wonder they don't tangle as well. Oh, yeah, he is the boss man, isn't he? Well, they've certainly enjoyed themselves here in Estevan and also traveling throughout the nation. They would like to give a salute not only to the Canadians, but also to the fine folks in Estevan. What you're going to see is 3 cracks at the same time with the Snowy Mountain Echo from Willie and from Christopher. How about it? Christopher, before you run, would you like to say anything to the folks here in Estevan? Is there anything you'd like to say before you go?
I've got
All right.
bullets down home, bullets teeth, and I can say them.
All right, I'll tell you what, that's mighty good. He wanted to make sure you heard that. You want to talk to him back? You go ahead right now. Willie, let me talk to you, sir. I know you're probably exhausted from working those whips out there. Can you tell the folks where they're going to see you here coming up shortly?
At the beer gardens at night.
And what about after the beer gardens? What's your next rodeo engagement?
Kennedy, One River.
And I know what comes after that. You know what? That's when you have to say goodbye to everybody and head her back home. Isn't that the truth?
It sure is. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming, being here, being part of the rodeo. And it's just great to be here. Thanks.
You're a wonderful man, Willie. Thank you to Christopher, to Kevin, to Kathy, and John. You know, it's an honor and a great privilege to have them here as entertainers. They're wonderful people. How about one more, Canadian style, Estevan style? So thank you, would you please?
Get a picture there.
No, I missed it. Oh, boy. These guys are going to make me nervous over here. Tell you that the rodeo committee here, with the assistance of their president, Murray Smythe, and the child, a 5-year-old that is a whip-cracking champion in his age group. The other man is Willie Goff, the 5-time Australian whip-cracking champion. They competed and performed over in Calgary, and we're mighty proud that your committee has taken the time to offer them as a feature attraction. Would you please welcome Australia's 2 finest whip-crackers, Willie Goff and Christopher McGregor. First of all, Willie would like to show you the Thunder from Down Under.
You know, it's clear.
Did you notice the snap at the front and in the back? For those of you that may recall, Willie was here 2 years ago, and I'll tell you, there was a whole bunch of people always around, constantly asking him questions. Here is young Christopher with 2 versions of a quick change. Notice he changed hands? Boy, I'll tell you what, I can't ride a bicycle and chew gum at the same time. This guy can crack a whip in either hand. Now, Christopher, if you would continue on. There's the second version of the quick change. Now, Willie is going to show you a quick change. Well, there's certain things I can do with my right, and there's certain with my left, but I'm telling you what, this man is equally talented, showing deadly accuracy with either hand that is used.
Start over again.
Just a slight repair here to the end. Now, these are shot-loaded whips that are built and handmade by Willie Goff himself. at this, folks. You notice the way it snaps in the same place virtually every time? Beautifully done, Willie. He's especially happy today. I can tell you, he's in a great mood. He's just announced his engagement to a lovely young lady from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Karen Fair. Here's young Christopher showing us the snowy Mountain Echo. Did you notice it cracked in the front and behind? Now, I believe that the boys would like to show us some examples of some ribbon cutting.
It's right there, yeah.
Thank you for offering your services, Christopher.
70 for Betsy.
He's a very brave young boy, let me tell you.
Bear 63.
Now, so far, no one has ever been injured
Thank you much.
while assisting Willie. Now sideways, Willie. Adds to the degree of difficulty. Look at that. Did you enjoy that? Just snapped it with the greatest of ease.
Oh my God, what an I'm glad we didn't do that.
He is something else, isn't he? You know, Christopher's the kind of kid, if he lost half his finger, he wouldn't even tell us till after the rodeo. But what do you got planned now, Willie? Oh, now, really, I really like this young man, and the crowd does too. Now, don't be hurting him in any way. Christopher has just stole the hearts of the Canadians. They love his attire, they love his accent, his mannerisms, and his talent. Did you see that? Look at it. Just snaps it off so easy. Now it goes sideways. This is where you can get a nose job for free. Oh, he says, hold on, Willie. You're going to take my teeth out. There you go. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Willie. Okay. Now we're going to keep Christopher out here as an assistant. You know, I hope Willie pays this young man, because he does a great job traveling all over Canada here for the last couple of months. Doesn't look like he's going to pay him. Looks like he's going to paddle him. I think the boy's been good. He doesn't need any discipline. What are you doing? Can you bet me? Sure. $20 you'd like to wager, and what is your wager?
Well, I can take that out of his back pocket.
That you can take that out of his back pocket.
Well, I get to choose any whip I like.
But you get to pick any whip you want to use. $20. Okay, well, I'll bet you. I'll bet you $20 you can't take that $20 bill out of the back of Christopher's back pocket. So actually, I would get it if you missed, wouldn't I? Hey, don't now, get serious. Now, what are you going to do with that whip? No, that's not going to work. Get serious. You go get a real whip. Look at that thing. One of the men over here along the side, what did you say? You'd like to buy that whip? You're hoping to what? Maybe get the garbage taken out more often? Okay. You got the right one now, right, Willie? Now, if you miss, I win $20. Am I right? Okay, give it a whirl. Hey, you missed. I'm $20 richer. I'm glad we made a bet. Double or nothing? Sure, I'll go for that. Okay, $40 on the line. Hey, what's Christopher doing there? I thought he'd heard him there for a minute. So, let's see if he can do it now. Well, Christopher keeps checking to see. You think this is funny, don't you, Willie? Okay. You know he's just fooling around. He can take that out of there at any given moment. Hey, you guys. What are you doing now? Hey, that's what it's all about. How about you folks say that he keeps that cash? How do you like that? That's pretty good business. I might stand out there for $20 too, but then again, I might not. So folks, we're going to continue on here, and we're going to show you Willie's version of Any Which Way with the use of a whip in each hand. There it is, Willie Guff of Australia. Now Christopher's going to come forward with a whip in each hand and show you the alternative G-Whoop. One, and the other. One, the other. There you go, and a tip of the hat. The October hat, traditional to the Australian attire. This is the Aussie crossover. Once it crosses over before he snaps it. Nicely done, Christopher. Now, show us the helicopter. Gets faster. Look at the effort he puts forth. Man, he handles those whips, doesn't he? Over in England and also in Australia, if you're bad, you get a flogging. And that's what we're going to show you right now. Willie, I know you're upset with him, but you're not really going to hurt him, right? Oh, you are. You were mad. Okay. Christopher was going to leave. He thought I was just teasing. Okay, Willie. Round the arm didn't hurt him at all so far, but this is a chance to get even. Okay, round the center. Did it hurt, Christopher? Not yet? Oh, he's just going to make it that much tougher if he keeps saying no, it doesn't hurt. I think he's enjoying it. Okay, how would you folks like to see him go higher? How about around the neck? What about the neck? Okay, here we go. How's that? Right around the neck. Didn't hurt him at all. But the key to that, folks, is making it snap and then just graciously wrapping it around. That's a very special talent. I tried doing that and I took 2 eyes out of the neighbor's cat. Christopher would now like to show you the bullocky whip, which is much longer and much tougher, if you will, to actually operate. Showing you the overhead crack. Now we're watching the drawback. Notice the different style of making the crack. Thank you, Christopher. Here's the speed crack. There it is. His grandfather, Eric, showed him all that there is to know about this game. I just wish the grandpa was here right now. Now Willie's going to come forward to that bullocky whip and show you a combination. Now watch this. I said at Esteban, he should work for Saskatoon with that whip. Reach out and touch someone. Did I mention Willie and I were very close friends? Oh, I wouldn't want that guy mad at me, would you? Look at the combination. He's got total control of that thing. Made famous by the movie Crocodile Dundee. For folks, they've absolutely enjoyed themselves every mile, every step of the way, every face that they have met, every person they've been introduced to. Willie has asked me to send out a salute to all of the Canadians, the Saskatchewan people, and the fine folks of Kennedy and area. Young Christopher and Willie would like to salute everyone that is here with 3 cracks at exactly the same time of the Snowy Mountain Echo. Thank them if you would. Now, it's unofficial at this point in time. We're going to be talking to some of the directors shortly, but I do believe that Willie and Christopher will be performing in the beer gardens tonight. There could be a correction on that. That's not an official word, but I think it could be happening if you'd like to join us over there. If you happen to see Willie, you can go over and talk to him. You'll be glad that you did. How about one more big round of applause, Canadian style, for the Australian whip-cracking champions, Willie Goff and Christopher McGregor.
Oh, the mouton basket.
We're going to ask for your pay out of the box. Going to the rodeo at Swan River next weekend. They were just over at Esteban. They've been very, very busy. And as they lay out the tools of their trade, we'd just like to tell you that we're mighty proud that committees such as the Kennedy Moose Mountain Rodeo Association group have taken the time and went to the expense of making sure that you people get the best entertainment. First of all, Willie Goff would like to show you the Thunder from Down Under. Did you notice the way it tracked all over the arena, just echoed as he made his way through that act? Now Christopher would like to show you the side buster, and then two variations of a quick change. This is the side buster first of all. Now watch this, folks. This is quite a talented young man, wouldn't you say? A Killarney kid. Now here comes the quick change. You see him using one hand and then the other. His grandfather Eric taught him everything he knows. Warms our hearts to watch this young man. Now he takes a different whip and he's going to show you the other version of the quick change. This is a very special young man. We call upon Willie now to show you his version of the quick change. Notice the way he turns around. You hear cracking at different spots with the echo. He's an ambidextrous man, isn't he? Equally talented with the right or the left. Now we're going to bring up Christopher. He's only 5 years old. Show you the Snowy Mountain Echo. Look at the control he has. Now, it takes a lot of power, a lot of strength to not only by check. You're going to split it down the middle? Okay, right down the middle. Let's see how close he... Hey, the middle. Now, I've been paying great respect to this man by saying that he can do it anywhere he wants. Now, they got to keep picking up the end. Am I right, Willie? Christopher, we're going to call upon you to show us the alternative G-whoop with a whip in each hand. One, then the other. There is the Aussie crossover. And now you're seeing the helicopter. Notice it's going faster. It's soon to take off. Hey, there's the tip of that Cooper hat. Now, Willie would like to show us different strokes. This is different strokes. One was cracking in the front and the other in the back. Now, what do you got planned? Well, you've got a $20 bill from what I can see, and a $50 bill. And where are you going to put that? In the back pocket, from what I see. Now, you're going to try and take that bill out of his pocket? Well, I'll bet you that you can't. I'll bet you $50 that you can't take that bill out of his pocket.
Can I use any whip?
Can you use any whip? Of course you can. He's going to pick a whip. Let's have a look at the whip he chose. I just want to know what I'm up against. Oh, now, Willie, that might be all right for child discipline, but I want you to get a real one. Now, you got to get serious. That's not going to work. You go put that back. Okay, let's see. Did he do it? No, I won. Hey, Willie, I'm $50 ahead. Double or nothing? You want to make it 100? Let's go. I say you're on. Oh, no. He saw the bill, and he's trying to get away from Willie. Has he got it? Uh-oh. How many of you people think he should be able to keep that 50? just like to thank you people for your support here of Willie Goff and Christopher. They thoroughly enjoyed themselves in Canada. They'd like to thank all the friendly folks of Kennedy by giving you their version or their showing of the Snowy Mountain Echo 3 cracks at exactly the same time in just a moment. Now, first of all, we're going to go to Christopher showing us the Bullocky whip. What you're seeing there, folks, is the overhead crack, the G-Whoop crack, the drawback, the Snowy Mountain Echo, and the speed crack. Thank you, Christopher. Well, we thanked everybody in Kennedy. Would like to show you their salute to the friendly folks. 3 cracks of the Snowy Mountain Echo at the same time. Thank you to Willie Goff and Christopher McGregor. They will be performing over at the Swan River Rodeo next weekend, and at that point, they will sadly say goodbye. But Willie, in the 2 months that he's been here, has enjoyed himself immensely. He met a young lady when first arriving, and he's also announced his engagement. He'll be taking her back home to Australia. How about thanking Karen Fair? She's going to make him a mighty fine wife. He's a happy man. What about it one more time, folks, for Willie Goff and Christopher McGregor? Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Christopher.